there. I'm excited for this week. In fact, you were my inspiration for this week's lesson. And before we get started, you're going to want a pencil and a piece of paper. I suppose you could use your whiteboard for this one also. It just would not be something that you would keep. So if you're watching the video and you end up liking kind of what we're doing, definitely grab a pencil and a piece of paper so you can keep the drawing. All right, let's get started with our normal beginning. This is our way of making ourselves get into that confident, positive mindset. Please repeat after me. I am an artist. I am a creator of ideas and a solver of problems. Sometimes the problems are on my paper. Sometimes they are with my neighbor. Sometimes they are inside of myself. But I know I can solve problems because mistakes are opportunities to learn and grow. And I am proud to be an artist. And I am proud of you on your journey to become an artist also. I appreciate that you are willing to try things even when they seem difficult. And you know that we're all learners. No one's expected to be perfect just at the beginning. All right, how about this fun painting that I saw online by an artist named Alicia? And is giving you a clue about what we're going to draw today. You can't deny the main part of this picture is definitely the mouth. It's so big we can't even see her face. It's pretty funny. Well, I've been popping in, to second grade Zooms. I do it once a week in each class. And you guys are losing your teeth. They're falling out all over the place. And I think there was like 4 of you that lost your teeth in one day on Tuesday. And so I thought, you know what? This will be a fun project. We will do some teeth portraits. Well, missing teeth portraits, I suppose. So what is a portrait? It's a picture of a face. If you want it to be of yourself, like a selfie, then you use the term self-portrait. So these are more cartoon style, which is fun. And I think when I'm learning to draw something, if I don't take myself super seriously and I think about kind of a cartoon style, it makes it less scary to try. And so we'll come back to this slide. But this might be that moment where you're like, okay, these look fun. I'm going to make sure I have a pencil and a piece of paper. Or maybe you're like, nah, I just like experimenting and learning today, so I'm going to use my whiteboard. Before we start drawing, though, I have a fun story. You guys, I actually LOL'd with this story. I don't do that very often. It's called Where's My Tooth? And the character is Little Princess. I don't know. Do you know who this is? I'm old, and so I don't know all the fun cartoons that are out there. But this one was funny. So let's get started.
Is my hair all right?
Oh, now, hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
Princess!
They're calling.
Not going.
Don't you want to go down?
No. There. What's up? My tooth has gone. Look. Oh, good. It was time for it to come out. No. It'll grow back. Today? Well, no. It will take a while. A few weeks. Weeks? What is the point of having perfect teeth if they just fall out?
Hold it. No.
gone.
Gone? Jumped ship? Deserted?
Look.
Scurvy! Don't worry. You can borrow mine.
Yuck.
Ready? Lovely. Perfect. Now, say cheese. Cheese. Oh, no. Princess. Princess?
Sweetheart, my tooth dropped out. She's growing up.
Ah.
It's ugly. Ugly? The tooth fairy doesn't think so. Tooth fairy? You put the tooth under your pillow.
And the fairy leaves a little something behind.
A present? That's right, sweetheart.
Ready? Lovely. Perfect.
Tooth fairy? I need my tooth!
Oh,
I want my tooth.
we'll find it, Puppet. Oh. Don't you worry, I'm sure we'll find. Let's have a look. It'll be stuck in one of these pipes somewhere.
Come look.
Aha! The royal tooth! The royal tooth! The royal tooth!
The royal tooth.
Good night, Puppet.
Good night.
Good night, Princess. Oh, dear. Never mind.
All right, just me. I thought that was so funny. So as we think about that story, little princess goes through a lot of emotions as she is losing her first tooth. She's scared, she's disappointed, she's sad, she's happy. There's so many different emotions. And we'll talk about how you can show emotion in a drawing toward the end. So we're going to work on the mouth first, okay? So the lips. Boys, you've got lips. There's a strange thing in all my years of teaching, and it seems like it's every year. It's lips and eyelashes. So how are we going to start this? We're going to begin. I'm sorry about this shadow. I wish it wasn't there. We're going to begin with just the basics of the mouth. So we'll open it up. If you want your line to be curved, you can draw this first line almost like you've taken the letter M and you've smashed it down. So it was, it's no longer the M that we're used to seeing. It's smashed down. Boy, that shadow's bugging me, you guys. I'm having technical difficulties with my camera. What if I get my whole shadow in there? Is that better if I block the light? Yeah, I actually think it is. Okay, so if we start with a smashed down M, we'll have more of the look of lips. If you're not into that, that's cool. I understand it. You can go, let's see, where am I drawing this? Over here. You're going to draw more just like a straight horizontal. So either way works. I'll try to draw two of these at the same time. The next thing we're going to draw is the underside or the opening of the mouth, the bottom lip. We're just going to bring a smile that goes from one end to the other. Now, if you're watching me, you might notice that sometimes I practice in the air before I actually touch my pencil or my pen to the drawing, whether it's the pencil to the paper or the marker to the whiteboard. But I draw a lot in the air first. It's just a kind of a way of practicing, letting my hand get some practice. All right, I'm going to go over my flat one. Same thing. Big smile. Oh, that's a bigger smile, isn't it? Bigger letter U becomes more of an open mouth. Now, some people just stop there, but really, truly, that's not the way our mouths are. So we have the opening, but we have the lips that go around it. If you want your opening to be big, then you're going to draw the next lines outside of your first lines. If you want the mouth to be kind of small, then you're going to come inside. I'm actually deciding I want to make mine big, so I'm going to go outside. So all I'm going to do is copy the line that I already drew, but I'm going to make it a little bit bigger on the edges. So I copy the smashed M and let it end right there. And then I'm going to come under. Whoa, that was big. That's kind of how my lips are, though. My bottom lip is much bigger than my top lip. Look at that. We just made an open mouth. We'll go over here. Now this time, you can either kind of curve it, or you can do the smashed M. It's up to you. I'll just try something different. And it's like a rainbow line that got smashed. Oh, it looks like a head with a hat on right now. All right, now I'm going to come under, repeat what I did on this one, but over here. Every time I get a little lumpy on this side. It's weird. It's happening on both mouths. Okay, so back to my first one. Now, we got to decide how many teeth we're going to put in our mouths. If you're missing a tooth right now, think about which one it is. Is it your two front teeth? If so, you're going to have a hole in your face. No, I'm just kidding. But you'll show black instead of white in the spaces where you're missing your tooth. If you've already lost some on the edges, on the top, then you'll leave those out. I know some of you are losing your bottom teeth, so you can leave those out also. So a good thing to do to start with is kind of divide the mouth, and I did it with a really light line. In fact, you can probably barely see that. That's just helping me plan where my top teeth are going to be and where my bottom teeth are going to be. And now I'm going to start. And these are just going to be vertical lines. It's up to you how many you decide to put in. Depends on how big your mouth opens when you smile. Some of them I will leave white, and others, maybe I'm missing my tooth. I'm going to shade it in. Now, what does shading mean? Oh, the 4th and 5th graders are learning shading this week. It just means darkening. But when we shade, and if you want darker, you push harder with your pencil. Now, if you happen to be using a whiteboard, you don't necessarily need to push harder. You just color it in with your marker. All right. There you go. All of a sudden, I just lost my tooth. Just like Little Princess. Now, we still need our bottom teeth, right? The bottom teeth are usually skinnier than your top teeth. I do not know why. I should ask the dentist. So instead of coming all the way out and making this line go completely from the top to the bottom, I'm going to skip in a little bit, and then it's going to overlap. It's kind of how I draw bricks also, actually. So they don't line up perfectly. Looking kind of realistic, isn't it? Now let's say I've lost this tooth. Okay, shade it in. And then I bet you're guessing what to do if we are working on the other lips. Just repeat the same process. So even if you didn't want the curvy lips, you're still going to add your teeth. So split them in half or wherever you want it. Then start to sketch in the vertical lines for the teeth. You could put your others alternating. Oh, that's weird. I almost forgot the middle part. Maybe you're just losing your first tooth. Usually we lose our bottom front teeth first. Mine did not fall out. That was in 1st grade, and they would not fall out. Finally, my dentist had me come in because my grown-up teeth were coming in behind my baby teeth, and he pulled them out. Those are my first 2 teeth. So I didn't actually lose my first 2 teeth. The dentist pulled them out. Okay, so if you want to decide if you're going to lose another tooth, that's fine. If you want to get really fancy, you could curve the teeth a little bit. Make them look more real. And then you might have the little blackness, the shadow in between. Some people don't like to shade in between. They feel like it makes their teeth look kind of dirty. But, we have lines that separate tooth to tooth. So I don't think it means necessarily that we're not brushing our teeth. I think it's just the only way to draw them. There we go. I've got 2 mouths. Well, now I kind of want to round these teeth. Okay, as I'm doing this, looking at the chart again, do you notice, we talked about this a second ago, and I said I'll tell you toward the end, how to show emotion in your drawings. So, little princess opened her mouth, it kind of looked like a smile, but there was a point where she was really upset and mad. Sometimes our mouth is not what shows the expression, even though we talk about frowns and smiles a lot, but it's our eyes. So this is the fun part where you get to choose what kind of eyes you want to add, and then we will draw those in. So if I want to be surprised, then I'm going to go with an oval. Now, again, I'm using that practice. Practice in the air when I feel good about it. I put my pencil to my paper. Okay, that was lucky. I never get 2 ovals that look almost the same size. So these are cartoon eyes. These are not going to be realistic because we know that we would have kind of a more of like a football shape eye. We'll have a pupil. We'll have an iris. I'm just making these kind of silly. So surprise means our eyes are wide open, and the darker part is going to be in the center of our eyes. Oh! And then the eyebrows go up and away from the eyes. And I wish I would have given myself more room on my paper, because I would have exaggerated this and made the eyebrows go really high up. Ah, so scared I lost my tooth. Okay, what if you are little princess and you're so sad about losing your tooth? Instead of using the full rounded shape, we're going to start with almost like we're drawing the top of a triangle, but we're not going to touch them. We're not touching the 2 lines in the point. And then you're going to curve down and curve down. And then you can put your circle parts of your eyes in there, and you can decide if you want to shade them. Maybe I'll leave a little reflection on these. So I'm shading or coloring in with my pencil, but I'm going to leave the part I want white. Oh no, looks so sad. And then really you can show that expression if the eyebrows kind of curve down. I mean, normally our eyebrows curve like rainbow line, but when you're worried, they kind of push down and reverse. And oh, this person is so worried because they've lost their first tooth. Look at that, the expression changes so much. Let's see, I'm going to go really fast and draw like just a kind of a quick mouth down here. This is sloppy. Okay, I won't even shade in the teeth. This person's mad. So where we drew the triangle here, now you're going to do a letter V. Oops, sorry, forgot to come back. Like a letter V, but it's not going to touch. Now look. Ooh. Boy, this person is very scary about losing their teeth. They have become, it's almost like not even mad. They just look mean. Same thing with the eyebrows. They follow the lines that we drew first. Oh, so scary. Now, kind of evil looking, actually. It's up to you. You want to keep getting detailed. You know, some of you I know love to put the details in there. Maybe you want to add eyelashes. You could do that. Maybe you want to add the nose, even though these cartoons, none of them show the noses. But you could do that. What's your favorite way of drawing a nose? Not a circle. Sometimes I just do like an L. Call that a nose. Maybe I put little nostrils around it. Anyway, this project is just kind of fun. Maybe you'll put speech bubbles. I mean, I don't know, you guys. You're so creative. Ouch. Help me. They're so scared. That's not true. It doesn't hurt that bad to lose a tooth. They just kind of fall out when they're ready, right? Have fun. This is a project is for you to be really creative and try out some things. So the video will stay, But you can also click through and just sit on this slide, the one with the faces, the one you're looking at in the video. It's also down on the slideshow. I think it'll be slide number 3. No, I'll make it slide number 2. How about that? So it's really easy to find. All right, second graders, have fun. And I can't wait to see some of these. Feel free to take pictures and put them on your artwork slideshow, or you can email me also. I love when you do that too. Okay, I don't know how to end this. I do not know how to end my recording. There we go.